Hello and welcome to another video on Samean 7 Sanctuary, a channel that provides an alternative perspective and understanding on what life really is. My name is Samean and I create these videos to help you reconnect with your truth. So if you feel like your life's lacking something and you want to live a more fulfilled life, then these videos are for you. And in this next video, I'm going to be giving you 3 reasons why all emotions are actually a good thing. Something that humans seem to share is the fact that we all seem to enjoy the feelings that happiness, peace and love bring, and also dislike or usually dislike the feelings that sadness, hate and stress bring. As humans, we get bored easily and we're always chasing that next high. We're always chasing that next thing that makes us feel good. And when those feelings of discomfort do come along, it's easy for us to block them out and try and ignore them and try and get back to a place of feeling good or feeling good emotions as quickly as possible. But if you think about what happens when you experience a challenging emotion or uncomfortable emotion such as sadness, you start to ask questions about yourself that you usually wouldn't ask. And you ask yourself how you got into that position in the first place. And ultimately, after that emotion's passed, you're in a better place than what you were before because you understand more about yourself. And that right there leads on to the first reason why all emotions are actually a good thing. When you ask yourself questions about certain feelings and emotions that you're going through that are usually challenging or uncomfortable for you, you get to learn about what triggers these in yourself and how you can deal with them in the future. Sometimes it takes a while to fully understand the why as to why you're feeling a certain emotion, especially when it comes to things like sadness through a relationship ending. And I know, speaking from personal experience, it took what it felt like forever to get over my first heartbreak. But when I did, I had a lot of clarity about the situation and I learned a lot about myself at the same time. And I wouldn't be the person that I am today without having gone through that experience. The same applies with feeling depressed. You'll go through phases where you just want to lie on the sofa and watch TV all day, but eventually it will get to a point where you want to try and understand what brought you to that situation and brought you to feel that emotion in the first place. And afterwards, after you've gone through that emotion, you'll probably be in a better place than what you were beforehand. And you might even have new motivation to try something new or just be aware of the things that allowed you to fall into that depressed state in the first place. It's easier said than done for sure. And when you're in these deep emotions, it's hard to see the bigger picture. But after you've gone through them and the more you go through these challenging emotions, the more you start to understand why they're actually a good thing. The second reason is because emotions are just energy in motion. And for your being to thrive, you need the energy to be moving. Energy needs to flow. So for example, if you try to avoid or numb a certain emotion through alcohol or other substances, all that does is cause that emotion to essentially take a back seat. And it's still there, just you're not focused on it at that period in time. And when that alcohol or substance wears off, you're in a similar position to what you were before. And all that happened was that you stopped your energy from moving in its natural way. And when energy stops moving in its natural way, it creates energetic blocks like I briefly described in one of my previous videos. Energetic blocks are something that you can't consciously see, but they affect every decision you make on a subconscious level. Emotions are supposed to be in motion, not stagnated and still. You'll never be able to release a certain emotion when you're not letting it flow in the way that it's supposed to or the way that it wants to. It's the exact reason why the feeling of happiness or joy doesn't seem to last forever. As much as we'd like to continue experiencing those kind of emotions, when they come in, we allow them to flow and be exactly what they are, with zero resistance. So the emotions come through us and they leave just as easily as they came in, because we're not resisting them. The third reason is because, plain and simple, that's what life's about. All these emotions are supposed to be there. And as much as we don't want to experience these challenging emotions and these challenging experiences, if we didn't know what sadness was, then we wouldn't really know what true happiness was. If you were constantly in a state of happiness, then you'd just see that as your normal state. And you would no doubt try and find another type of emotion that would be a comfortable experience for you and something that you would enjoy. Your natural state is just being. Just being and allowing your energy to be in motion, so we get to experience all of these kind of emotions that this magical life has to offer. If you weren't supposed to experience certain emotions, then they wouldn't exist. Everything has a meaning and everything has a story to tell. Sometimes it's clear and other times it's not. But the one thing that's always clear is that energy is best when it's in motion. I hope you enjoyed what I had to say, and I'll see you in the next one.